Can you explain, as best you can, what physically was what you were experiencing out there today, whether it was some kind of illness or what that was, and what it was also that, given those circumstances, kept you out there for more than 3 hours when, you still would have advanced even with a loss?
Well, it was just fatigue from grueling battle, and that's all I can say. I mean, there was no illness, there was no particular part of the body that was bothering me. It was just overall physical exhaustion from the rallies and from the length of the play. I had a two-day off between the first two matches always, so I felt fresh coming into the match. But I was, as you always are, a bit more nervous and tense coming into the match against one of the top players of the world and top rivals that Medvedev is for me in the last several years. And you want to win regardless of the qualification that I already have or elimination that he had before the match. It doesn't matter. Just we always want to win against each other regardless of where we play against each other. So I think that the match today was a showcase of those kind of mentalities that we both possess. And of course, he wanted to finish the season with a win. And on the other hand, I didn't want to lose to him because, I can't calculate. I don't like to calculate. Never did that. My mentality is to win every match that I play in the present moment. Again, this stage of my career, every match like this is a golden opportunity for me to grab a win against one of the top guys of the world. So, without a doubt, I went to the court and I stayed throughout the entire match with this kind of mentality that I want to win, not thinking about what's coming tomorrow.
Craig? Novak, Craig, Gabriel, Channel 9 Australia. When the cameras focused on you on changes of ends, your hands were even shaking when you had the towel over your face. You're saying it's exhaustion, but what was the sort of feelings that you were having, on the changes of ends? It looked like maybe there was a drop in sugar levels and things like that. Are you able to explain?
Well, it was a lot of different things, but I'm not going to go into details about it because I just don't feel it's a place for me to share that, because why would I? I don't want to reveal what I'm going through exactly to my opponents, but everyone has one of those days where they struggle more physically. For me, that was today, but I'm very proud to be able to find a way, because that's what we are, I think, owing to ourselves and to the team and to the people who come and watch you, is to always try to give your very best in that given moment.
And if I could also just ask, what did you say to yourself when Daniil was serving for the match at 5-4, considering also in the previous match he was serving for it at 5-3 in the third?
Yeah, I saw his last match, and for sure it's, very tough for him to lose all three matches 7-6 in the third. It's, it happens. He's a great champion. I have tremendous respect for him. Amazing player. He was just, he entered one stage of the match towards the end of the second and most of the third set, that level where he was just not missing from baseline, and I needed to change things up. I needed to shorten up the points. He really challenged me in every way, and I'm just, very happy that I overcome that challenge. What did I tell myself? In those moments, I just try to get an extra breath of air, and just, I guess, having a specific approach to every single point without really trying to think what was or what will be, which is much easier said than done. But it worked. I anticipated. I read his serve, that game pretty well. I made most of the first serves, but I managed to read him well and just played some really good points. He made a double fault, I think. as well in that game. You know, of course, it was tight because you got to close out the match, which is never easy. And that's it. You know, after that, I found myself in a better position to win it.
Excuse me, for a human being like me, just normal one, compared to a champion like you, can you explain to us what happened in that specific moment when, like Rafa in Wimbledon, all his stuff, his father say, go away, leave, come, go away, it's finished. And many times I saw you yourself, you almost dead for us. You are dead, you're finished. And then, 1 second later, you find out wherever, I don't know wherever is it, something which, where is the limit? How you can understand where is the limit between to be destroyed and to become the champion, and the winner and the champion?
I don't think that the limit exists. It's really in your head. It's really about perspective and approach and your perception of how you see things in that given moment. Of course, that, when you're going through physical struggles, it affects the game, it affects how you feel mentally, it affects your body language, and then, of course, the opponent likes seeing you down, and then he's trying to dominate in the rallies, and he's trying to get the upper hand of the match, which was kind of the situation that was happening today. But I think that the biggest battle, as I've said before, is always the inner battle, If you manage to find yourself in that optimal state of mind and body as often as you possibly can, I feel you can extract the best and reap best results for yourself in every moment, every point, every match. But again, these are words. These are things that we can talk about. This is theory. But when you get on the court, of course, you have various factors and elements that are affecting that. Your game, of course, the fans. I mean, everything is in play, and the nerves are kicking in. Sometimes they get the best out of you. Sometimes they get the worst out of you. There is no secret potion or one way to success. I feel it's always important to have an open mind, open ear, open eyes, and learn from every experience, hoping that you can use certain lessons that you learn for the next time to be better and to maybe avoid big oscillations. Because, I mean, in an individual sport like tennis is a very dynamic sport, things happen very fast. The more you oscillate, the worse it is. So you always want to try to keep that curve as flat as possible. And whenever the drop of energy, focus, or whatever happens, that you try to bounce back very quickly. Of course, there are different ways to do that. We are all different. Some use some mental exercises and things, some use subconscious or sublingual messaging or things that they have to focus on. Whether it's a team, whether it's a person, whether it's an object, that put them back in the present moment, or it's a thought, or it's various things, We went deep into philosophy of sport now and mentality, but I think it's important to always seek the balance, because tennis is a very demanding game. Because it's individual, you don't have the luxury of relying on your teammate, or you don't have the luxury of resting for 10 minutes and then you can come back in the game. 5 minutes can cost you the whole match, or even less. So that's why this sport is beautiful, I think, because it's so challenging. And you just have to learn constantly and I feel demand the biggest dedication from yourself. Because otherwise, there is always tens of players and groups of players that is going to work more than you. When I say work, I don't mean only physical. I mean all of the other things that we talked about.
Last one in English, Moritz.
Moritz Lang, Sky Germany. Novak, well, you said you don't want to tell exactly what happened or what's going on, but I wonder, are you totally okay, or are you maybe afraid that something like that might happen again, or it might be worse?
Well, I am not the freshest guy right now talking to you, as I was maybe yesterday, but of course I'm very proud and content to be able to win the match that I did today. For the reasons that I spoke about earlier. And I feel that every big win against one of the best players in the world, particularly Medvedev, in these conditions, can only boost your confidence. And on the physical side, I'm not worried because, I mean, worry just depletes you of the vital energy you need. So, you know, if something happens tomorrow in a good or bad way, you know, it happens, and I have to deal with it then tomorrow. And I'm going to do everything I possibly can today with my physio, myself, with my team, in order to get a good rest, get a good recovery. I have, you know, things that have always been part of my routine, and I know what I need to do. And I've had, you know, many cases in my life before where I managed to recover very quickly. So hopefully that's going to be the case again.
Thank you very much. 2 questions.
Tough luck, Daniil. Again, very close. Can you take any positives out of this match?
No, that's my answer. Sorry. I mean, I guess it was a good fight, but no positives, no.
Any questions in English for Daniil?
Medved, congratulations for this amazing, amazing contest. Would you say that this transcends a sporting rivalry? You know, is it something different? Is this a league of your own, what you and Novak have going on here?
Well, I mean, Novak is a league of his own, that's for sure, with Rafa and Roger. And then it's the rest. Maybe one moment somebody is going to try to catch them a number of slams or whatever, and then we're going to talk about different. So I definitely don't put myself in there. We had some tough battles. He's leading in head-to-head, even if I won some important matches. And yeah, that's all I can say. But yeah, I definitely not close to Novak. Maybe when we play, yes. But in general, you cannot compare myself to him or to any one of the big three.
Hey, Daniil, Matt Futterman from the New York Times. Given that you were 0-2 and he was 2-0, I think that was not necessarily the fight that a lot of us were expecting. Is it just that when you step onto the court, the competition takes over? What were you playing for today?
Yeah, before the match, I didn't have much motivation, so it was not easy. It was not easy. But during the match, I saw that he's going 100%. I was like, okay, let's play, let's have fun, and that's what happened. That's it.
Great.
Daniil, it's uncharacteristic for you 2 matches back to back where you're serving for the match and not able to close it out. Are you able to explain that situation?
Super easy. I sucked. So yeah. That's what happened, and it's disaster. But what I'm really happy is that this match didn't count in going out of the group. Otherwise, I would have 2 matches where I lost serving for the match. At least this one didn't count. But yeah, that's awful, and I'm gonna try to be better next time. I mean, I have no other choice.
Anyone else in English?
Hi. I was going to ask the same question, but are you, anyway, even if you lost these matches, are you confident about you coming back to your level after a year when you won 2 tournaments and normally you were capable to do much, much better? And so that is my question now.
I'm sure, yes. If I wouldn't have Astana and Vienna tournament where I played really great level, maybe I would be a little bit less confident, because in general after Australian Open I cannot find huge results from myself, even if I made some finals, won one tournament. I didn't play bad. I mean, I'm in Torino in the top 8, but I would expect more from myself. But Vienna and Astana, I played great. I mean, today I played great. Let's be honest. So I'm confident that I'm gonna be able to do something big in the future. Just need to continue working. Gonna be set for 1-2 days, then enjoy my days off, and then get ready for the next season.